وصحبه أجمعين وبعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدى محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. To proceed. Tonight, the night of the 5th of the month of Rajab, that we continue in the reading of the explanation of Usool As-Sunnah by Imam Ahmad rahimahullah wa iyyah wa askanahu fi jannati al-ula, with the sharh of Shaykh Salih al-Fawzan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala atala Allahu umruh ala al-khair wal-afiyah. May Allah make his lifespan longer and longer upon good, upon ease, upon supporting the tawheed of Allah. Ameen. So the point that we were reading, and we insha'Allah ta'ala will finish tonight, is the issue of Al-Quran, Kalamullah, laysa bimakhluqin. It is the issue that the Quran is indeed the speech of Allah, and it is not created. Shaykh Rabee ibn Hadi, Jazakallah khair. Then the explanation we're going over is the one by Shaykh Rabee ibn Hadi al-Madkhal, Jazahullah khairan. Yes, amma the fawaid that we'll take, it is by Shaykh Ahmed ibn Yahya al-Najmi, and likewise Shaykh Zayd, and likewise the one by Shaykh Ubaid al-Jabiri hafidhahullah. We combine all of those to get, inshallah, the full benefit to the best of our ability. So it is not about, alhamdulillah, rushing to finish the book, but rather to benefit and to see in every angle that we can benefit in. So what is called al-jam'u al-shuruhat, to bring all the sharh possible. Huh? Oh, this one? This is by Shaykh Ahmed ibn Yahya al-Najmi. Where is Abu Ibrahim? I think I have another copy in the office. طيب. So we reached the point of Al-Quran, Kalamullah laysa bimakhluqin, that the Quran is the speech of Allah and it is not created. Shaykh Rabee hafidhahullah, he say, فَالْقُرْآنُ وَالسُّنَّةِ, the Quran and the Sunnah, meaning the text of the Quran and the Sunnah. He say, يدل على أن القرآن كلام الله تكلم به الله سبحانه وتعالى. That all of the texts in the Quran and in the Sunnah, it all shows that the Quran is the speech of Allah, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spoke with it and is still speaking. And likewise for Walid ibn Mughira, when he defined the Quran as being qawl al-bashar, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala right away says سَأُصْلِيهِ سَقَرْ. When Walid ibn Mughira, when he mentioned in hadha illa qawl al-bashar, that this is nothing but the speech of a human being, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala right on, he mentioned سَأُصْلِيهِ سَقَرْ. And this is barakallahu fikum a threat that Allah Jalla wa Ala has put upon him, on him, because of what the ta'ana that he has made on the Quran, the slander that he has made on the Quran, and bi'annahu sihr, that the Quran is magic, and also bi'annahu qawl al-bashar, and also that when he mentioned that the Quran was the speech of a human being. So Shaykh Rabee hafidhahullah, he say that this statement of Walid ibn Mughira, he say هذا تنقص, that this is a belittling and ta'an fil Quran, and slandering the Quran and speaking bad about the Quran, that this Quran is indeed the speech of Allah, الذي هو كلام الله, which is the speech of Allah, أنزله الله لهداية البشر, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed this Quran for the guidance of the people, for the guidance of the people, and likewise for the rectification of the people. But the Mu'tazila, the Jahmiya, the Batiniya, and all those firaqud dalla, they believe that the Quran, it is created. Wal-iyadhu billah. You have the Asha'ira, and in regard to the issue of the Quran, the Asha'ira, they are divided into two groups. Anybody remember those? The Asha'ira, in regard to the Quran, they are divided into two groups. The Asha'ira. Huh? What copy? No, it's not important. This is the main we will read. I might read few lines on it. The Asha'ira, they are divided into two groups in regard to the issue of the Quran. We mentioned this, Adam.
The earlier part and the later part divorce. As far as the later part, they go with the Mu'tazila to say they believe it was a speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And
Say it again. I kind of lost you a little bit. Yes, it's divided, the earlier part and the latter part. Yes, I agree with that. Na'am. Now, فارق بينهما, make a difference between them two. The first part, the first generation.
They believe in the speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
So you say that the first of the Asha'ira, they believe that it was the speech of Allah. Is that what you say?
Yes.
Okay.
And the later part go with the Asha'ira, with the Mu'tazila saying that it's not even the speech of Allah, basically. It's created.
Anybody else? Ismail? ارفع صوتك شوية يا رجل. You need some tea?
Allah speaks.
Right, the first generation say Allah speaks. Right, but it is a speech that is, barakallah fikum, standing. It is a sifa that is standing. Meaning that it is the representation of the speech of Allah. The Quran, they say it is the speech of Allah, but it is the representation of the speech of Allah. Yes. The second one does not at all believe that Allah speaks. This is the difference between the Asha'ira, because they got it from the Mu'tazila. Amma the first generation of the Asha'ira, they believe that Allah speaks, but they believe that it was a sifa that is qa'imun, that is standing, that is present, right? That is present in the essence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But it is the representation of the speech of Allah. The Asha'ira, the first generation, they believe that Allah speak. But they believe it is a representation of the speech of Allah. Amma the latter part of it, they believe is Allah doesn't speak. So they took that barakallah from the Mu'tazila, as he mentioned. Right, the first generation, Sawt wa Huruf, this exact, they say that Allah speak, right? Yes. Right, it's a character existing with Allah, yes, in His Dhatiyya, yes, very good. Ahsanta. Right, that the Quran, Allah subhanahu is the Quran is created. It's yani Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created. No. Oh, that was another issue. That was another issue that we will about to come, inshallah. Now the other issue is وَمَنْ وَقَفَ فِيهِ فَقَالَ لَا أَدْرِي مَخْلُوقٌ أَمْ لَيْسَ بِمَخْلُوقٍ. As far as the person that say that I will take the waqafiyah, meaning I will take the I'm going to be in between. I'm not affirming nothing and I'm not, negating nothing. I'm not going to say that whether it is the speech of it is created or not created. وَإِنَّمَا هُوَ كَلَامُ اللَّهِ. But I will say it is a speech of Allah. But now when it comes to whether created or not, I don't know. Right? These are those who have this aqidah of having waqf. They stop. طيب. Imam Ahmed, he said that this individual is a person of innovation. This person is a person of innovation. Prior to that, we discussed about the one that mentioned about his lafz. وَمَنْ قَالَ بِاللَّفْظِ وَغَيْرِهِ, and whoever speak about that about the issue of the recitation, that لفظي بالقرآن مخلوق. ماذا قال شيخ ربيع? What did he say in regard to the issue of لفظي بالقرآن? What did he say? What did he say about that? نعم ابن.
When the person of the Sunnah says it, he's talking about the sound from the...
No, what he mentioned about the لفظي بالقرآن. No, the issue of saying the lafzi bil Quran, Abdullah.
Says the same as the one that said the Quran is
Alaikum salam. No, just the wording first. Let's deal with the wording first. Abdullah, let's deal with the wording first. The wording first, Muhammad. The wording first. The wording first, Ismail. Yeah. No, not how to understand it properly, but just the wording first. Adam. No, the wording first. The wording of lafzi bil Quran.
It's not clear. It's not clear speech. This causes now they say it as well.
Hold up. Yes. Yes, in how? Abu Zura. Yo, get out of here with that. Abdul Rahman.
My understanding was that it is confusing, like the brother said, and it's not a clear distinction between those who deviate and say that and those abundant.
No. That means that the statement can have two meanings. Lafzi bil Quran can mean two meanings. Number one, it could mean that which the person is uttering, the words that he's saying, which could be the Quran. Right? Meaning al-malfuz. Go back to it. Al-malfuzu. That which is being said. Right? What is being said? Right? That's one. It could mean that. What is being said? It could mean that. And also it could mean, right, the sound or the voice of the one saying it. So since now it could have some type of ambiguity, it is better to leave it alone. Because it can mean this and it can mean that. It could mean that what I recite, not how I recite it. Because he can stand up and recite just like, for instance, I can stand up right here and try to imitate how he recite. We recite the same surah. When the individual come in, he can say two things. He can say he's reciting surah. Let's say, what surah you recited? The second. Yeah, Surah Al-Kahfi, for instance. He said, he's reciting Surah Al-Kahfi. Or he can say, he sound just like Abu Aisha. He can say both, right? He can come here, Surah Al-Kahfi, right? Me reciting it. He say, he's reciting Surah Al-Kahfi. Or he can say he recite just like so-and-so. Right? So here he recite surah so-and-so. It is what he is reciting that he is talking about. But he recite just like so-and-so. He is describing how he recited. How he sound when he recited. You make the difference? So lafzi bil Quran can mean these two things. It can mean al-malfudhu bihi, what is being recited. The Quran. It could mean also the voice of the one that recited it. So saying that lafzi bil Quran makhluq can mean both of things. It could mean that what you're trying to say is what is being recited is created, which is the Quran, and that would be wrong to say this. It could also mean that the sound or the voice that is reciting it, the voice that is reciting it is created, which will be correct. But because now there is ambiguity